Hi everybody, Expert4x from Expert4x, and in this video I'm going to tell you a bit about how I trade robots, but also tell you a bit about my life, what I'm up to, why I trade robots to create the lifestyle that I'm looking for, and give you a few ideas about how you can change your life. Now, just to give you an idea of my academic background, I have an MBA, I was a chartered accountant, and I worked with multinational companies for most of my life, traveling the world, and it's been wonderful. And about 20 years ago, I decided to drop out of that environment. It can be highly stressful. I was looking for something new as a challenge, and that is when I found Forex. So I've been trading Forex for 20 years, and it started out as a hobby, and the challenge of Forex has been just fantastic over those particular years, and I respond to strong challenges, as you might be aware. I've represented South Africa at golf, so I am one that's really motivated by goals and challenges. And the Forex market has been a major challenge in my life. So as I said, I've been trading Forex for over 20 years, but in the last 8 years I was lucky enough to bump into EA Factory, Tybor, who we just met over the internet, and he has been a turning point in my Forex trading career because he is a total expert at writing trading robots and supporting them. And I'm sure any of our clients that are watching this video can vouch for the professional nature that Tybor has. And from then, my manual trading, which I actually did very successfully up to that point, I could then convert some of the strategies that I was using into automated robots. Most fantastic thing that happened to me, and I still don't know anything about coding, but Tybor takes care of everything. I basically come up with an idea, I send it to him, a day later he comes up with this fantastic robot, and we've got that kind of nice working relationship. Now, right about this time last year, I had the most amazing shock. A friend of mine died from having blocked arteries in their heart. And I was very fit at that point. I'd been going to the gym 3 times a week, and not overweight or anything like that. And I went for my annual checkup, and the checkup came out perfect. No cholesterol problems, nothing. And I then turned around to the doctor and I told him about my friend, and I said, please, is there a test that I can do to make sure that my arteries aren't blocked? So he said, yes, there is, a very unusual one, not supported by Medicare and all those things. So I ended up paying for that test and went for it. And a day later, the doctor phoned me and said, come straight in, you are a huge heart attack risk. Now, that was one of the biggest shocks I've ever had in my life, because I've been leading a healthy life, eating a Mediterranean diet and all that type of thing. So I went in there, he put me onto some strong medication, and 2 weeks later I was on the I wouldn't call it an operating theatre, because I went through a procedure where they put stents which basically get rid of blocked arteries in your heart. I had blocked arteries of 85%. Now that's from suspecting nothing, all of a sudden 85 and 80%. So that's what happened to me, and that was a big reality check for me. Then 2 months later, I had the same procedure done again. There were more blocked arteries, which they couldn't do the first time, and another 2 were unblocked with stents. And when that kind of thing happens, you have a new look at at your values in life and that type of thing. Suddenly, friends, family, and not wasting time become something new, and something that I needed to think about quite a lot. So since then, I've had numerous holidays. So I've had 2 weeks in the UK, we've had 5 weeks in Greece, we've had 3 weeks in Australia, and I've just returned from a 3-week holiday in South Africa. So I've gone the route of really spending time with friends and family. We've got friends and families in all of those places, and we've been enjoying ourselves from a lifestyle point of view. But what's made that all possible is robot trading. I could never have done that if I were manual trading, for instance, or not good at robot trading. And thank goodness my 20 years of experience helped me a lot in that particular area. So let me explain the room that I'm in here, which I haven't done yet. It is what I call in our dungeon. It's sort of deep in the heart of our house, down next to a big hill, and it is nice and cool, ideal for a wine cellar. And I've got a couple of rooms that are nice and cool. So this room, for instance, houses 7 servers, and as you can see, they're trading. Let's see, they're still trading. They're trading away. They're the best employees one can ever have. They never ask for an increase. They just churn away like that. And by the way, all of those holidays that I was on, I just left them to trade, and that's what you can do. They just traded on their own, no problems. You've got to take care that you don't have window updates and Microsoft updates and all that. You just switch all of that off, and they just continue trading for batches of up to 10 weeks on their own. And but the other thing is that I can dial into any of these servers at any time using software called AnyDesk. Now, AnyDesk allows you to actually go in and work on a particular server as if you're there. So all I need is a laptop. So all I do is I travel around with a laptop. I do buy larger screens in the places that I go to, so because the laptop's a bit small for my eyes these days. So I then can dial into these computers and make changes whenever I want. So that's the lifestyle that I've created. I've created these huge portfolios of trading platforms, and each computer can basically trade 28 platforms. Each platform can trade up to 10 strategies, so you're looking at almost 2,000 strategies potentially through what the setup that I have here. I have other computers that also trade besides these 7, and that's what I've set up. So to explain that in a little bit more, what I have here are demo accounts and live accounts trading at the same time. The demo accounts are what I call my laboratory, because that's where I test the settings and make changes to the settings and make 100% sure that I'm very confident that those settings will perform well on live accounts. And once I've got them up to that point, I then move them from the laboratory portfolio into the live account portfolio. So I've got a whole live account portfolio running here. And what I would do is I'd supervise all of these trading accounts on a regular basis, like on a weekly basis, and I'd look for ones that are experiencing big drawdowns and that type of thing, and then I'll go in and change the settings accordingly. So I'm constantly reducing the risk of my portfolio and making sure that I'm only using the very best strategies that I have tested thoroughly before I introduce them into a live account environment. So that is the setup that you can see here. Some of these servers are live account servers, others are demo account servers. Now I further separate my portfolios into conservative portfolios, which is actually the basis of my trading, and then about 20 to 30% of my portfolios are aggressive portfolios. So those ones I really pump quite hard, and those are the kind of accounts that can double themselves or even triple or even more over a very short time. Now I've got a very unique trading philosophy that I've built up over the years, and that is I am aggressive. I like being aggressive in that 30% of the portfolios, and I don't mind blowing a couple of accounts, because I know if I have 10 accounts that I'm trading, 2 will blow, 5 will be mediocre but profitable, and the other 3 will make so much money they'll make up for the blown accounts. So I do never break out a sweat or anything like that when I experience blown accounts, because that is part of my plan. I want to be aggressive, and to be aggressive you have to increase your risk, and if you increase your risk you can blow an account here or there. But I have 70% of my portfolio where I don't blow accounts. That portfolio performs really well, nice and steady returns, and I don't have to worry about that portfolio. It just ticks over. Now in this 20-year period that I've been trading, a robot came around, and it's called the Profit Retriever, and it leaves all the robots that I've ever traded in the dust, because it is so robust and produces the most fantastic results. So 80% of my portfolios throughout are basically trading the Profit Retriever. And the settings are getting better and better because I'm correcting and trading different currencies, different instruments, and I'm getting the beat of the market, because there is a very difficult balance that you've got to achieve between risk and return. And the way I'm going now is I'm lowering my risk on my portfolios more and more, because I know the Profit Retriever will look after the returns by itself, and it performs better in low risk environments. So that's been a big change this year for me, is that most of this trading that you see going on around me is actually trading the Profit Retriever, and certainly I feel very comfortable trading that particular EA. So because I'm actually too close to 70 for comfort, I am sharing a lot of what I'm doing here with my clients. We have a linked account service where you can actually link to some of my more successful accounts that I introduce into that linking service. So I am sharing all of this work that I'm doing here back into the clients that have been supporting me over the years. So that's one aspect, is the linking service. The other one is I'm giving away more and more of the settings that I'm using, and more free trading tools. A lot of the EAs that we produced over the years are being given away free in our paid forum. So I'm giving back into the industry what it has given me over the last 20 years, and it has really been a wonderful ride. Not always easy, but it has been, because I respond to challenges very much. So at the moment I'm getting more and more at ease with my robot trading. I am very happy with low returns as long as they are at low risk. So that has happened, and all the work that I've done has enabled me to find those low risk and low return opportunities. And what I'm doing now is I'm just planning my next holiday for 2023. Now I communicate with my clients regularly, and that is through videos that I make, and I thoroughly recommend that you have a look at my YouTube channel. Have a look at the most recent videos that I've made. The videos vary from educational videos to free stuff to promotions of the linked service, which I believe is the best investment anybody could make in terms of if they don't have the skills to trade or they don't have the time to trade. Certainly the linked service is really, and it has taken off. It is fairly new, but next year we're going to be introducing live accounts. We're going to be introducing many more accounts that will help our clients succeed. So I'm very excited about that. Now, links to the linking service, for instance, and to the profit retriever will be in the description and in the first comment of this video. But I just wanted to give you an idea of where I come from and where I'm going and what I'm going through in my life at the moment, and how I've managed to create the lifestyle that I would like to have in these years when I'm ready to start taking things a little bit easier. Now, if there are any questions you want to ask me, please use the YouTube comments facility to ask them, and join our paid forum where I do offer personal trading advice when people need that. So from me, Alex Aploy, cheerio.